Hello. I, as I was like getting ready, I was like, oh no, I didn't test to see if my headset had actually connected the mic today. I'm glad that it did. Um, I really need to make myself a checklist for getting stream ready because I'm like not good at remembering things. I think this light is too bright. So let's change that and see if it makes the camera short out. I think that's better. Hey stars, how's it going? I can speak. How is it going? I've been having like brain bads all week, so I haven't been talking a lot in general. So we'll see how messy this is today. So I might embarrass myself a little bit, but that's okay. There was something I was gonna say. I have added some alerts through Twitch. Let's see if those actually show up. I should test that. I did send a test through the like actual thingy. I'm not making any sense. I did send a test through the blue blob on the settings app, but let's check and see if this works. It does work. It's really small though. Okay. We can make that bigger right now. So all of the star alerts now have the little GIF that plays. Buddy, open the folder. I told you open the folder. Open the folder, please. Hi, Bean! Buddy, pal, please. Thank you. And we'll try that again and see how that works, because it's kind of a little bit too small, huh? Let's try again. I did make the one for the tiny origami star very small. So we're just testing that. I think that's a little better, but it really, how big the alert box is not even remotely how big the actual alert is. So let's do that. I would like to add specific ones to all of the channel point redeems, because I think that's cool and is something you can't necessarily do through other stuff. So let's do the regular one again. Okay, you can move like right there, and that's beautiful. Thank you. Let me try the teeny tiny one, because I did make it smaller just because I thought that was funny. Because I thought it was funny to have all the big ones be like a big size, and then for the teeny tiny one to just be so small you can't even read it. I think that's really funny, and it amuses me. So we're gonna stick with that. I think that's good. I don't have any sounds attached to them yet because I didn't have time this morning to just find a sound that I was okay with, because I am very specific about what sounds I want to hear repeatedly. But I probably want to do like a kind of sparkling, tinkly sound for that. And then I'll add brain work, please. I'll add stuff for the like hydrate and stretch and stuff like that. And I'll probably add a little bit of an annoying sound for hydrate, like a schlorp kind of sound, just so that it gets my attention, because sometimes I just do not see the redeems right away because I'm focused. So the schlurp sound will be good, I think. I do also want to add a channel point redeem to basically trigger an ad break, so that I can put some of that in control with chat, because I feel like I'm doing that on my own pretty much. So whenever I take a break, I've been running ads. But I think having one that says, Katie, you should take a break, and then I'll run ads that somebody can like input with will be good. And I think it would be really funny for me to use the Go Piss Girl meme for that. Just because I think that's really funny. And I think that to myself like all the time to break through my executive dysfunction when I need to get up and go to the bathroom. I literally think of that meme in my head that says, "Go piss, girl." And then I do. It's not stupid if it works. Um, let's see. But if anybody has any like big thoughts about what those alerts should be, or if you associate a specific thing with one of the channel point redeems, just let me know. I'm open to suggestions for that. But I'll ponder on those and try to add some more in. There was something else I was going to say. What was it? I don't remember. Oh, yes, I do. Never mind. At some point today, I know for a fact, because I know myself, I'm going to go on a rant about what Twitch did yesterday and today. I already did a little brief intro on my Twitter account. So if you wanted to look at my quote unquote official opinion, you can check my Twitter. You wanna Streamlabs? Are you not present? Streamlabs, buddy, pal, guy. Let me check here. I forgot to do a lot of stuff this morning, apparently. It's also like really cold here. It's not as cold as it was last night, but it's still chilly. Which means brain goes slow. Yeah, you locked me out. Alright, that's the issue. That's easy to fix. That's fine. But Twitch allowed artistic nudity for a brief moment, like 24 hours. Maybe even less than that. And are blaming people who showed body yaddy yaddy for that no longer going to be being a thing. And I think that's stupid for a lot of reasons. And if I'm being honest, I think that they biffed that on purpose so that we would stop talking about it. You gonna work now? Is that not a command and I'm crazy? Are you present? Please. Sir, you turned yourself off. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. You're back on. I don't know why you have to turn yourself off, but third time's charm? There we go. All right. But a lot of people are blaming folks who I guess took advantage of the change is a way to put that. I don't like the word advantage here. Who used the change for their personal gain, which is what you're supposed to do on Twitch. You're supposed to use what Twitch allows you to do to earn money and earn viewership. And some people are saying, oh, well, if these people hadn't showed their bodies, then we would have been fine. That's not the real issue here. And I stand with sex workers. So if you don't agree with that, we can part ways right now and it won't be a big deal. I just wanted to make sure that we kind of acknowledge that, because I was thinking yesterday, I was like, oh, since they've changed this, I can actually show you guys the piece of art that has me naked in it. If people wanted to see it, I might have just done it anyway because I think it's neat, but I'm not going to do that, even though it technically falls under the proper guidelines that are active now and were active before. I don't trust that way, so it shall remain alone, sitting next to me, and it can just stay in my house and nobody else gets to see it. Unless you want to follow me on Tumblr, which it is now one of my top posts. And you can see the image even though it's beneath a read more, which I think is really funny and perhaps not working as intended. Anyway, we're gonna paint a frog today. I'm like almost 100% sure it's unrelated, but it was really funny to watch my viewers cut in half right there. Okay, so we're working on this frog today. He is a red-eyed tree frog, and he's separate from everybody else because he's going to be doing something a little bit different. I haven't finished inking this one. My Tumblr folks voted that they would like this as a coloring sheet. Hey! It's Cam! It's Cam! It's Cam! Hi! Yeah, Froggy. We have more than one frog. This guy just isn't inked yet. He's difficult to see because he's just in colored pencil. I don't think my brain doesn't work. It's fine. That Weird Plague Doctor streams, and you should check out his streams because he's cool. And it's very funny to watch him play Lies of P because he makes funny sounds when he dies. Um, so I haven't finished inking this one yet, which I need to do and erase the lines and scan it. So this one's on the back burner for right now, but I wanted to show you guys anyway. We're making a sticker sheet for these guys. These are all going to be green because green is our color of the month, specifically new leaf green. So we've got a bunch of green ambinals and an alien head. He's kind of out of place here, but I like it. So, and then this guy I think will also be a sticker, but I want to make a memo pad that has a little like checklist, and then it says hop to it. All of these are going to have puns related to them, and I'm going to turn them into like, I think I mentioned this on stream before, but I want to turn them into like those good work teacher stickers you used to get. And so they'll have puns. So we've got a little interim up here. He's going to say inching to victory. The turtle here is going to say slow progress is still progress. The moth, this is a green sphinx moth. I looked at so many different animals. I was like, okay, green things, let's go. So definitely turtle, definitely a frog, right? Those are the first things you think of. Somebody else suggested a chameleon, which I love. I wanted to do an alien head, even though it doesn't fit with the rest. We've got a gecko. We've got a specific kind of snake. Can I remember what the name one it was like? I did write down all of the specific animal names and their puns. But this is a green sphinx moth, and I really liked him because his wing patterns look like hearts. So I made those even more hardy. No, it's not a mamba. It is where long-nosed whip snake. It has a really cool pattern on its scales. And all of the pictures of it look like it just told you a bad joke and is waiting for your reaction. So I loved him. We've got a gecko with his tongue out, and he's going to say, way to lick the issue. This frog is going to say, great frogress. Like progress, except with frog. Dandelion that's going to look like it's coming out of concrete is going to say, still growing. And the snake is going to say, sensational work. The chameleon, I haven't 100% decided on the phrasing, but I think something like way to adapt to new challenges or something like that. The alien's going to say out of this world, which is like, no duh. That's what you say with an alien, right? But those, we'll paint those and all that jazz, and then I'll add the text digitally, because I'm going to have to move these around. I just wanted to put them all on one sheet of paper because it's easier to sell like an original like this that's a full sheet of paper than it is to sell like individual little babies. I say as if I ever sell anything, but you know, it's just easier for my brain to have it all on one sheet, so we'll do it that way. But that's for next time probably, because I still do need to ink these guys. I've been having like a really hard time this week making my brain do anything. I live in the cold, dark north, and it is very cold and very dark here. And I mentioned before, I'll mention it again. My mom passed away on the 1st of this year, and she was in the hospital for pretty much the entirety of December. So it's been a year, and it's rough. So aside from just the big cold dark, I'm also dealing with that kind of stuff and other things that have happened because of that this year. So I'm trying to be gentle with myself, but that's a little bit difficult. But I think that's part of why I've been having a lot of issues focusing and a lot of issues making myself do the things that I want to do. Like, I do want to do this. I think this is a really cool idea. I'm really excited about it, but I've got that kind of blockage where it's not burnout. It's I don't know, it's like burnout's cousin. Where like suddenly everything catches up to you all at once, kind of a feeling. I almost just drank the water that isn't even paint water yet for something to do. Yeah, kind of. I don't know how to, well, okay. I was gonna say, I don't really know how to describe it. What it really is it's depression. Um, but it's not exactly burnout. It's not exactly overwhelmed. It's like trying to look at a picture that has gotten really pixelated all of a sudden. Like, you knew what it used to look like, and you can still see color spots, but you can't sharpen the image no matter how much you want to. And that's the issue I'm having with like to-do lists and self-care and all that kind of stuff. And really, it boils down to depression. But and like, I'm used to it, but that doesn't make it less frustrating. Because I don't know, sometimes for a lot of problems, if you figure out the base cause, you can fix it, right? So with depression and things like that, you can say, oh, I'm reacting to this way because of this, but you can't fix it. Like, it's just, if I go to a doctor and they find out I have a broken bone, you know the steps forward for that. With depression, it's not as straightforward. So you just kind of keep muddling along until things come back in focus, you know? And like, I'll be fine. I'm safe. It's just frustrating for me. Oh, I also, sorry, I'm jumping around all over the place. I also finished this week. Yeah. And especially not in the country I live in where mental health care is not covered under Medicaid. Um, medical care, it's a nightmare here. So yeah, we did finish this one. This is the first for our color of the month that's done. I'm really happy with how this came out. I still need to scan this, actually. I haven't done that. That's one of the things on my list that I haven't managed to get myself to do. But that's okay. It's not a huge rush. It's fine. So yeah, I finished this guy, and now we're gonna froge. We're gonna froge together. But I wanted to show you guys this. I'm really excited about this frog. Also, none of the things on this sheet are the right size. And I think that's really, really funny. Like, this inchworm is bigger than the turtle. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't really matter. I just think it's funny. I definitely did not space things out on this page in a smart fashion. Just because I was having so much trouble like making myself do it, that if I had thought about that too hard, I would have like petered out on it immediately. And I mean, really, that's the great thing about doing traditional and digital art, is I can fix it later. Fix it in post. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I always feel like that, though. I also have, I got some new art supplies in an attempt to make serotonin happen in my brain. It didn't really work, but that's okay. They'll be useful. I got some new white pens to try out. This brand is liked by a lot of people that I follow. These ones are Pentel, which also makes the pencils that I really like. This one is RSVP pen, which, Brain, you want to finish a sentence, please? This is a type of pen that I really like for like regular writing or taking notes or whatever. I use those a lot. And I didn't know they made a white one, so I bought it. I don't think it will be good for art because of the amount of pressure it takes to get the ink out, which is part of why I like them for writing notes and stuff. But still cool. Did I mention that I got a brush pen too? I don't think I showed you guys this. This is one that Trish likes. So I got that to try out. I haven't used it properly yet, but I did like make some lines. And then I got this guy, which is like a bleed-proof white ink, which I'm excited about using. Trish has been using this and it's really good. So I want to do some experiments with this because it says bleed-proof, but I don't know how it will react to water or color on top of it. So that will be a play with item at some point. Test it out and see where it goes. But none of these things are relevant to what I'm doing today. I'm just excited about them. Let's put those back in there. I also got new Micron pens, which is great because they get scrungy pretty fast, which is why I've been doing this a bunch. I keep lifting my hand up to do something where you guys can't see. It's because I have a stack of Micron pens here, and I label all my Micron pens with washi tape when I get them. Like when they go into the work rotation, so that I know how long it's been since I opened them. Brain function. I think I have another one in here that I can show you. So like this one I have purple tape and then watermelon washi tape over it. And that means that this is like over 2 years old. So if I'm going for something, I can be like, oh, well, this tape means that it's probably not going to work the way that I want it to. I'll go for a fresher one. Or I'm doing an underpass, so this will be fine for that one and that kind of stuff. But this washi tape isn't sticking as well as I'd like, so I keep like going back and squishing down the edge. Like, stay put. I might end up putting like Scotch tape over it just to keep it in place. But every time I see one of I should just put them where I can't see them because I'm not even inking right now. It's not a big deal. And if I can't see them, I won't keep poking at them. There we go. Okay. Frog. Can you tell that my brain is a hot mess? Because I sure can. I should pull up. I don't have a specific reference image that's accurate to the position the frog I drew is in. But I have a number of reference images that show the coloration on these guys. Because they've got some really fun colors. So it's called a red-eyed tree frog. So as the name would suggest, they do have red eyes. But they also have like the orange hands, and then they have some blue through here. And then they're like bright green, the rest of it. They're like the tree frog. This is the tree frog that you always see in photos. I think maybe this paintbrush is too big, actually. Let's grab some smaller guys. This will work. So I'm just gonna work on blocking in some colors here. I think for the most part, I know what colors I want to use. I was thinking about this last night, because I definitely only inked this and scanned it last night, even though it's been sketched out for like a week. Because, again, brain bads. Also really not feeling 100 today. I think it's just because it's cold. Because it really like got really cold real fast, which involves pressure drops, which messes up my sinuses and blah 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 blah. You know how it is, I'm sure. Because you know what helps with brain bad? Your entire face swelling up. Super helpful and fun. So I'm just like wetting the paper a little bit first because it will make spreading color out easier. How's everybody else doing though? I've been just rambling on about myself. Any exciting news? Any not exciting news? Have you had a good day lately? I'm also running out of sap green on my palette, which we will want a lot of for today. That's not what I meant to grab. I was going to trade it out for the Danielle Smith sap green in the actual palette divot, but I think I want to use this one for most of the reptiles, so we can probably go through that. Okay. I do think that I want to do for the green an underpainting of, well, it's not really an underpainting. I want to do some yellow. There is a hair, a bristle of this brush that's just like acting crazy. You want to like go hang out with the rest of the crew? Maybe, so that you don't make weird lines? Oh, hey, that sounds really familiar, Stars. Wow. But yeah. Well, I hope... I don't know what the good hope is for the grief. I hope you process it well. I don't know what the right emotion... No, not emotion. The right... What am I trying to say? My brain's just not gonna work. That's fine. I hope that you heal from the grief well, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Grief does have a bad habit of lurking. At least for me. Yeah. It's I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't make a greeting card for it, even though a lot of people deal with it. Maybe I should make a greeting card for it, I don't know. Like, hey, sorry life sucks, but I hope that it doesn't suck soon. Sorry you have to deal with the inevitable issues of living a life. I hope that you have more life to live. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm not taping this guy down just because I kind of don't want to. I may regret that decision later. We'll see. Yeah. Sorry, I have like a number of different tree frog reference images because there wasn't one where a frog was looking like this. But I wanted the frog to look like this. So I'm flipping back and forth between the one where I can see the arms and the one where I can see the legs. This kind of like leads into that. I did already scan this guy, so he'll be part of the coloring sheet once I get that together. I think the big issue for these, most of these colors like will blend together just fine. So if I miss a spot or I change my mind about where exactly I want the line to be, it's fine. But for the eyes and the feet, it is a complementary color, so it's gonna get real muddy if I'm not careful. That's so cute! I love that. I do have the, speaking of new stuff, I did, my god, let me say a full sentence, brain. I do have some greeting cards coming soon. they're here. I just need to wait for my sticker order to come in because I made special stickers to close the envelopes with. That will be included. So soon. I have 2 thank you cards and I have the iris, and they're all blank on the inside, so you can do whatever. I don't think I will order this type of card again though, because I'm not overly pleased with the printing quality. I went with a pretty cheap company. Oh, I can just say I went with Vistaprint this time, and I'm not overly thrilled with their quality on the cuts and stuff. So I may look at somebody else for that. But my stickers from Sticker Ninja are printed, and the shipping label has been created. I'm just waiting for it to actually ship. So that's exciting. And it's expected before Christmas. I just checked the shipping because I'm me. All right, it's expected on the 19th, which, judging by how other things have been showing up, it'll probably get here on the 20th. So that's exciting, and we could do like a sticker packing stream for Christmas maybe. Because I was trying to think of something that like wouldn't be super intensive brain-wise, so that we could just vibe and chill a bit. Well, so that I could just vibe and chill, I guess is the real answer. Because it's Christmas. I don't want to work too hard on Christmas. I think I'm going to do this color for the base here. But I do... The packaging is what takes the longest for getting the stickers ready. I usually do like 20 of them and then do the rest of them. Like I do 20, I list it, and then I can finish the rest of them. But I'm one of those over-prepared people where I'm like, okay, but what if I only list 10? And then suddenly somebody wants 20, and then I'm not ready and everything's ruined forever. Which is ridiculous. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna go viral overnight. I'm not that interesting. And yet, brain acts like this. I should take photos of this while I'm doing it too, for the patrons. What else do I have to talk about? I don't know. Not much of interest. I started playing the Pokemon DLC. I won't give any spoilers. I'm not super far into it either. Well, maybe I am super far into it. I don't really know, I guess. But gotta say, it's definitely my last Pokemon game. Hey, Kettle! Yep, sorry, you don't get to see Titty today. Twitch said no. I was gonna do it. I was gonna lay it all out on the table. But Twitch said no. Which was so short-sighted and stupid. They need to beef up their filtering and their tagging system, which they did. They did change it. That's how we got the 10 custom tagging system. But they need more. Like it's not a good system. I'm just saying, it's not a good system. And people have been asking for that to be beefed up for a long time. They also need to split the art category further. There needs to be subcategories and not just a tagging system. But I'm not in charge, so... Which I think we can all tell that I'm not in charge. because it would be a different world if I was in charge. I don't know that it would be better, but it would be different. Yeah, soon I'll take over the world. Definitely. That's gonna happen. Okay, I want to do... What blue do I want to do underneath there? Do I want to do Viridian Hue and then Phthalo Blue? Oh, I did get, I think I mentioned this, I did get dot cards for all of the Daniel Smith stuff, but it hasn't shipped yet. I was hoping they would be here for Christmas, but it's looking like no. I don't know. I definitely have some supervillain tendencies, but I think that I've smacked it enough. I think that the Viridian Hue is what I want to do on the bottom, and then we'll work our way up. Like, generally, I think that I'm a pretty nice person, but there's definitely a point where I suffer no fools. So, like, if people are purposefully being shit, I have no patience with you. So, it would go real great until somebody wouldn't listen to me. Like, I don't even need people to, like, see things from my point of view or fully agree with me or whatever, but I need people to listen when I try to explain stuff. And there are some people in my life who definitely don't do that. And those people would die by my blade if I was in charge. So I'm sure some people would see me as a supervillain, but I don't know. Generally speaking, I'm pretty nice and understanding, so there are worse choices than me, for sure, for supreme ruler of the universe. I don't know, there's something to be said for accidental villainry. I think that that would mean that you would be a really big hit on Tumblr. God, there is one of the funny things about Tumblr is that sometimes you see somebody leave an asinine comment on something and you're like, God, I'm gonna go block them. And then you go there and you find out that you already blocked them for being asinine and stupid some other time. And I think that's really, really funny. I had that happen last night where somebody left like a really weird bad faith comment on something that wasn't even like a Mused Rules post. It was just on my dashboard. And I was like, nah, bye. Yeah, that's fair, Kettle. I'll be an advisor. I'm good with that. And that means if it all goes wrong, I can blame you outright. Okay, eyes. I do want a smaller brush for that. I don't know. I think we're all better people if we find others and listen to them in general. So I think a good advisor list is essential for anybody. I think I want to start with orange on the eyes. Pizza! I want pizza. That is too saturated. Calm down. I don't know why I'm trying to not cover in the people. That doesn't make any sense. Just paint the whole thing, dum-dum. Making my life more difficult for no reason. At some point, we won't want to fill that in, but that's not right now. Oh, I didn't fill in his side bubbles either. Yeah, I either like being like in a committee if I like understand and trust the people I'm working with, or I need to be 100% in charge. You know those crazy kids in group projects who were just like, I'll do everything if you guys just stay out of my way? That was me. Yeah, that brush is too big. That was silly of me. I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day and I don't remember why. There was one school project that we had to do for the Crucible, which was in my junior high school English class. So grade 11. And I was paired with the kids nobody else wanted to work with because I was also not a great student, generally speaking. But I did that entire project all by myself, and I wasn't going to say anything because I was like, these other kids are at least vaguely my friends, so I'm not going to throw them under the bus or anything. But what I had done, because it was like a creative writing project, so I wrote poems from the perspective of each of the characters. And so I was like, okay, this person, you read these, this person, you read those, and then we all will have done the presentation and we'll be fine. And they got up there and started reading my poems, and they couldn't pronounce like half the words, and it was so clear that I had just done all the work. And so once we get, like, I was helping them pronounce them, standing next to them and saying it quietly and stuff like that. And so once we get, like, sat back down after our thing and I go back to turn in the paperwork for the thing, the teacher was like, good job looking out for your squad. And I was like, oh my God. Devastating moments. Like, I did not cover that as well as I thought I had, but I did get recognition. I had such a huge crush on that teacher, it was a problem. But it's definitely one of those things where, like, it's not important in the long run. That didn't change anything for any of us, but it was still pretty funny. No, I haven't talked to either of those people in like a decade, so there you go. High school is so weird because it feels, and I think this is true of like any stage of life, but it feels like the most important thing that's ever happened to you. And like you'll never escape it and you have to sit in it for the rest of all time. And then you realize like 20 years down the line or whatever that you haven't thought about anybody from high school in a while. Like I'll go months without thinking about high school. But it felt so inescapable back then. Absolutely wild. Oh yeah, I was definitely cringe. I wish that I had been more cringe, if I'm being honest. Um, so I was like a weird kid. I've always been a weird kid. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm kind of weird. Um, but I don't know. I kind of curtailed myself a bit. So I wasn't as weird as I felt like being for a long time. And if we're being honest, I wish I'd been more of a slut in high school. I dated the same guy for like my entire high school and once I graduated for a while too. But I could have been having so much more fun. And I should have. Bad advice from Katie. Just be more of a slut. It's fine. I don't know. I talked to one person from high school for longer than everybody else, but I moved to Alaska like right after everybody graduated, and so a lot of people just like fell off the map because they weren't interested in keeping up with me. And I wasn't particularly interested in keeping up with them either, to be clear. Um, but there was one, like, aside from the guy I was dating who I talked to for a while, and then we broke up. And we kind of stopped talking to each other. He occasionally drunk messages me on Facebook now, but there's one person that I talked to a lot who I thought was like a good friend and ended up not being a good friend and was really bad at respecting boundaries. But that was like the only person who I'd kept in contact with from high school past like a year after we graduated. So it felt like so disastrous to have to quote unquote break up with this friend. But he wasn't even a good friend. So, like, brains are weird, man. But, like, he kept calling me words that I didn't want to be called, and I said that, and he refused to take that to heart. So I said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Yeah, deleted his phone number. And he messaged me like a month later, and I was like, oh yeah, sorry, I recognize this area code, and if it's the person who I think it is, then you are once again proving why I shouldn't trust you and following my boundaries, because I said I never want to talk to you again. And the last thing he said was, well, I can see somebody's not in a forgiving mood. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, I'm not. Get fucked. Yeah, see, I have the benefit of having moved to a completely different state that nobody ever comes to. So, I have the benefit of distance for sure. Yeah, I didn't really have any great friends in high school. I think at a certain point my best friend was actually my boyfriend. Um, and there are reasons why that was bad. A lot of reasons why that was bad. Um, but yeah, the people who I thought were my friends, three of them who I considered my best friends, like they were the only people that I invited to my birthday party one year, other than my boyfriend, all transferred schools without me and didn't tell me, um, which was very hurtful to me. They were also the people who told me I wasn't gay enough to come to the queer meetings with them because I was dating a straight boy, which I had to unwork for a long time to actually call myself queer because of that. But you know what? Fuck them. I have better friends now. I didn't lose anything in that. It felt like a loss then. But looking back on it, I'm probably better for it. But yeah, there's a reason that I don't talk to anybody from high school, and that's one of them. Are you dry now? Cool. Um, I'm trying to decide how I want to approach this. And the answer is I don't, but I'm gonna make myself do it anyway. I think doing a layer green is our next thing here. I think that's gonna do it. Oh gosh, I forgot that I had just put that paint in the palette from the tube. It's so wet. Oh god, there's so much pigment. Oh my god, shut up, Throne. Throne sends so many emails. Like, hey queen, looked at your wish list? Looked at your wish list, queen? Update your wish list? Update wish list tonight? No, leave me alone. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And like, part of it is just kids are kids. We don't know what we're doing yet, you know? So it's not like anybody was actively trying to trash me in a way that would take me a decade to unravel, you know? It's not, nobody was being malicious or whatever, just, we don't know how to be people yet. So it's not like I hold any great malice or whatever. It's just things that I need to work on for myself. Which I think is the same, like, I don't think this only applies to high school, I guess is the way to put what I was going to say. Because I can say the same thing about my college group of friends. We were really close, and then we had some falling outs about again, boundary issues, really, is what it boils down to. And that isn't a great evil with other people. That comes from me not standing up for my own boundaries. So like, it's not just a me problem. because there were other issues there. But a lot of it is definitely I didn't know my own boundaries well enough to assert them. And I've gotten better at that as I've gotten older. So, like, could I go back to those people at some point and probably make a better relationship with them? Yes. Am I going to? Probably not, because I don't see the point in riling up the emotions again for something that I think isn't really worth the effort on either of our parts, you know? This is another thing about depression. I was talking earlier about how I've been having bad depression this week. But that thing where, like, you get stuck in your own old mistakes or whatever with depression, like, I can always tell when it's going to come smack me in the face because I start thinking about all this old shit that I've been through. And, like, my depression wants me to wallow in that and go like, oh, if I had just done X, my life would be so different and better. And, like, yeah, it would be different. That doesn't mean it would be better. And also, we're good right now. Acknowledge the past and go, yeah, but that wasn't serving me and it wouldn't serve me now, and then move on. But you can definitely tell when my depression is getting worse, like fluctuating, because I will start bringing up old stories again. Because, like, my brain doesn't really care about these people outside of that anymore. Like, I still have dreams about some of them. Not the people from high school, for the most part. Well, yes, the one who I talk to the longest occasionally, but, like, it's mostly just me going, oh, hey, what up? And them going, you suck. And me going, ah, that's why we stopped talking. Bye! In my dreams, even. So, I don't know. Brains are weird. Oh, I do want to update the no brain emote. Did I tell you guys about the emote pack I was talking about or thinking about last week? I don't remember. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And it's so easy to get stuck in that spiral. So easy. Yeah, so I wanted to make a self-care emote pack. I did start working on that this week, a little bit. So my plan is to do 5 self-care, like still self-care emotes, and then an animated emote, and have those files available in my shop for anybody who wants to use them. So can I remember which ones it was? Hydrate, so like a sippy emote, or just like a water bottle, like pharmacy bottle for like a med reminder, some sort of food something, maybe like a sandwich or a nom kind of thing to remind people to eat, a sleep emote. What was the 5th one? And then the animated one was a stretch emote, which I started working on this week. What was the other one? What was the other one? Oh, the shrimp emote that I have. That's the other one. That's already done. That's why I couldn't think about it, because it's checked off in my brain. Yeah, so I have the cozy. Yeah, so I was thinking, because that's like a big thing in the communities I'm a part of. I'm very I want my streamer to take care of themselves, kind of a thing. So I thought that that would be good, because I'm in a lot of communities where you gotta bully some people to take care of themselves. I'm looking at some of you directly. Decisions on these colors. I think you. Yeah, the Tamagotchi emotes. That's a good way to put it. Although I'm not gonna make a poop. I'll put that out right now. Let's work on a foot, shall we? But yeah, so I'm gonna work on those and then just have them available in my shop. And I do want to add the stretch emote, the animated one, to our lineup right now. But since I'm also using the Twitch, the alerts through Twitch, that means theoretically that I get more animated emote slots as well, as long as I keep using those. Because of their change last week. I don't know, Twitch has done so many changes lately. It feels like everything's happening all the time. Especially this year. I think maybe they've got like a new board director or something that's like, you know what would be a cool idea? Yeah. I'm trying to remember when they announced it. Let me find it and I will send it to you. I think the last... I'm in art Discord that has like a Twitch updates section. That's really great because they notice things way faster than I do. But there is like a lot of discussion because we were talking about the Nike times yesterday. Oh, also, I guess I should say this. I'm not sure, Plague. For the animated ones, it's going to be subscriber. They don't have animated follower emotes. For the self, I think I'm gonna add other emotes for my stuff, unless there's one that we really want to add. I do have some bit emotes that I can just kind of toss because nobody's using those other than me. So the added animated emotes are sub emotes. That's not it. That's not it. This one. It's around somewhere. Bit prices, that did change, but that's not what I'm looking for. I was gonna say that and then I got distracted. Good Lord, brain, please connect the dots. Come on, buddy. Twitch is doing a special thing right now where if you donate 300 bits or above to a streamer, they add 10% onto it. So you can steal money from Amazon by giving to people. Really, it's just getting your money back for the transaction fees. But bits are definitely, and I'm not just saying this for me, just to be clear, bits are the best way to support streamers on Twitch because we get 100% of that money. If you're subscribed, which is also great, and I love you all so much and thank you, but we only get half of that money. So you're paying $5 to do a tier 1 sub. I get $2.50 of that. So with bits, they actually get the whole amount. You're paying the transaction fee when you purchase the bits. So 300 bits or more to any of your streamers this month will get them an extra 10%. Oh, that was reversed this morning, Cam. They went, wow, you guys went really ham with that, and yanked it right out from under us. Where did I? Maybe it was just the Twitter that I saw it. Oh, also, the Twitch year in review came out, which is exciting. I had a streamer one for the first time this year, and that was really exciting for me because I haven't seen them before. I did retweet their tweet, Cam. If you want to check my Twitter and see, it's underneath me telling people to support sex workers. So. Patch notes. Here we go. I don't know why they call it patch notes. It's so stupid. Yeah, totally fair. And I don't tweet that much anymore. I do occasionally. I also put up a meme of me playing the Pokemon DLC. No spoilers. There's no spoilers in it. I just think I'm funny. Okay, there's that one. Stories, nobody cares. Their stories thing sucks so bad. Twitch recap. Blah, blah, blah. Squad stream is going away. I saw that. Featured clips, we know. More animated emotes and alerts feature and incentive. Here it is. So for partners, they added 5 new dedicated slots for Tier 2 and Tier 3 subs. We don't care about that. We're affiliates. So the Twitch alerts allow you to do blah, 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 blah. You will get 2 more Tier 1 animated emote slots to use for the next 60 days if you use Twitch alerts. So if you continue using Twitch alerts, you get 2 extra animated emote slots. I think the phrasing that I saw before was doubled emote slots. But yeah, that's a thing. And I will copy this and send it to you, Stars. This is all the patch notes, so you need to scroll down to the bottom for the emote stuff. I can message it to you too, Cam. I was gonna say, I don't think we're friends on Discord, but we should fix that, clearly. Where are you? Me trying to navigate things. There you are. My message. I'm gonna look like a spam bot because I'm sending you an alert, or a link, I mean. Alright. There. Now painting. That's what I was doing. Working on this stream? It's less likely than you think. I'm gonna end up having a line there because I stopped and then started again after it dried. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that means that we have new animated emote slots that I need to figure out, which is so funny because they announced that literally the day that I finished and uploaded the animated emote I've been working on for like 3 months. All right, I will accept that in just a moment. But I have a few ideas for animated emotes, and we'll see which ones spark joy enough for me to make my brain work. Because I did have an idea for like another general emote. I don't think it's one that I'd add to my stream, but I think it would be really fun to animate, so I might do that. And I think a thrown tomato that slaps onto the screen would be really funny. I don't think that's something that I would do for my stream, but I think that other people would have fun with that. So I might do that. And again, offer that in my Ko-fi shop. The stretch emote I'm definitely gonna add, which would take us to 2, which I have now, and then I need 2 more to add now that I'm using the Twitch alerts. I did start one that was like a hugging a heart kind of a emote that could replace the love. Because I'm just using like a generic love one from Twitch because they let me have access to more emote slots before I was ready. But I definitely do think we need a love because that one has been super popular. Yeah, I started one that's Celeste, so the owl that the rest of the emotes are. I started that one, but I'm not really happy with it, so I think I just need to restart it. Because I kept like trying to fix it, and I didn't like it, so it got worse. But I think that Now that I've finished the dancing emote, which was like so much, I think I'm a little bit more confident in the animating skills, so I think I can do it. I think I can do it. And I think I just need to restart it. Start at a fresh slate so that I'm not like freaking out about how long it's been taking. I don't know what else we want, because that's brain, I swear to God, that's 3 of 4. I'm not sure what else. I keep having ideas, like I've been having ideas for animated ones. I was talking about maybe a spill the beans animated emote, but I don't know about that one. I'm not 100% sold on it. I made that toe so skinny. That's gonna be a pain in my butt. Do you think eyes are like a way darker red, so I think I'm gonna use the violet based red for the eyes. But I do want to leave a little bit of a highlight there, although I will use a gel pen probably for those. A little bit of a highlight there. Oh, my tea is so cold. I don't mind lukewarm tea, but this is not lukewarm. This is like cold, cold. Away with you, tea. Oh, did I tell you guys that I put rainbow stickers on here? Rainbow sheep? This one was just perfect for covering up the branding on this travel mug that I got for free. It's just so perfect. And it glows in the dark, which amuses me. Yee! Rainbow has super cool stickers. We've rated Rainbow before. So y'all probably know, but can I remember her username off the top of my head? I think it's just this. Am I right? I am right. I'm so smart! That's Rainbow. She's cool. She does fun art. Also, right now, like until Christmas, she has like a special little fireplace thing for her stream avatars, and you can do Am I Naughty or Nice kind of redeem, and you can get various things. So you can either get put in a stocking on the mantle of the fireplace, or you can get put directly into the fire. And I think that's very fun. So far, I've only been put in the stocking. I haven't been put in the fire. But when she set that up, I was like, I need to be roasted like a chestnut. And then I haven't gotten to be roasted. Roast me. I think I need a smaller brush for this. I made these so tiny. This is going to be such a pain in the butt for some of the stuff on the other sheet. I finished sketching that turtle and I was like, oh, this is gonna be the worst. This is gonna be actually the worst. It's so small. Decide on a brush, brain. I feel like I'm missing brushes, but I'm probably not. Where's that sheet? I show again. There it is. but like the details for this turtle are gonna be a pain in the butt. It's so small. These two are gonna be great because I made this frog so big. Why is he so big? He's full of proud for you. That's why. He thinks you've done great progress. Okay. Doing frog feats. Do you think maybe I should have started with yellow and worked up to orange and then red? But you know what? We're here, so. Yeah, so all of those are going to have little puns that go with them. Or just like, not necessarily puns, but like little sayings that go with them. Because the idea is that they're like little stickers like you would get from your teacher kind of vibe for like self-motivation and stuff. So that frog is going to be great progress. The snake is going to be sensational work. The little alien that was there is going to be out of this world, obviously. That's like the only option if you do a space theme. This guy is going to be a memo pad, and it's going to say hop to it with like a little checklist next to it. Oh god, I can't help you with that, Kettle. I'm sorry. I've had stuff getting like way stuck in my head lately, which is also another weird thing about my depression. I can tell it's getting worse when I get like sayings and stuff like really stuck in my head. Like to the point that I have difficulty sleeping because it's just playing in my head all the time. Which is not fun times. Do need to decide what I want to shade this with when we get to the deeper colors, and I think probably magenta is gonna be the dealio. I do need to add more orange, I think. It's getting a little bit too red, maybe. Maybe. Glad I made myself stream today. I was so cranky yesterday and I was like, maybe I should cancel stream because I don't want to like end up snarking at somebody too bad. But I'm feeling better today. Which part of that's going to be because I'm socializing. For sure. It's one of those things where like sometimes I need to convince myself to actually socialize. Like, even though I know that a lot of times it'll make me feel better, sometimes it makes me feel worse. And you can't really tell which way that's gonna go, so I'll avoid it. And then it's bad. I need to clean up my palette again. Oh, also I'm waiting on another response from the company for this game. Yeah. Good luck with work, Cam. Because they said again that there would be a fix for the accessibility setting with the next update. There hasn't been an update. So me being me, I'm like, it's been 2 weeks. Do we have any information on when this is coming out? And they said they sent another request to the team. And I haven't got a response back. I really do think that this company thinks that I'm just going to get tired of doing this and drop off and then they won't have to worry about it anymore. But like, they've activated spite mode. Which actually, in good developer news, I will add, like the opposite of raw fury doing this. The devs for Highland Song are going to remove the lightning flashes, like add an accessibility option to remove the lightning flashes, which I'm really excited about. Like, I'm really glad they listened to that, because it means that I can buy the game and play it. I do enjoy rhythm games, which is funny because I'm really... Things that are reaction, like timed reaction events, make me really nervous and can give me panic attacks. But with rhythm stuff, I'm like, I love rhythm stuff because it's more predictable, I guess. Is it in there already? I haven't bought it yet, but I need to. But they like, because I played it and I asked about that, and somebody else did too. And so I brought it up to the devs, and like the next day they were like, oh yeah, we'll add that. And I was like, the difference between these two companies. Excellent. But yeah, I'm definitely, I have a vendetta against Raw Fury now. If it's not fixed in another week, they're getting a special shout out in my Games of the Year tweets. Because last year I did a little thing, because I've been keeping track of what indie games and stuff I've been playing, because one of my goals last year for myself was to play more indie games, which I did, and I've continued that this year for sure. And so last year I did a, top 5 games I played this year. I think I did 4 because Twitter lets you add 4 images. And so I'm going to do that again this year, but there are some, I played enough games that I really, really liked that I need to break them into categories so that I can shout out everybody that I want to shout out. And at the end, Raw Fury is definitely going to get a special shout out for ruining a game that I wanted to play. Worst accessibility options. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, good. That's great. Maybe I'll buy that after stream today. I should chill on my buying games for myself, though, because I have been playing the same stuff over and over anyway. Just because I'm like... I don't know. I've been overwhelmed a bit lately, so playing new stuff is not necessarily something to convince my brain to do. I double bought Power Washer, because I played it on Switch, which was pretty glitchy. So I bought it on Steam too because I wanted to play it again. So I've been doing that around Pokemon DLC, which I'm not gonna lie, this is not gonna be any spoilers, so don't worry if you're trying to avoid spoilers for the DLC, but I'm not really vibing with it. Gonna be honest. It feels very lackluster to me. Eyes. Eyes. What to do with you, eyes? You do need to be darker for sure. Let's add some of this and see how that goes. But yeah, I've been emailing back and forth with Raw Fury for over 6 months at this point, and they still haven't fixed it. Which, like, I get when you're porting a game, there are difficulties with the coding and getting the code to work and everything, but the amount of, like, teeth pulling I've had to do to get any updates about this is not putting me in a place where I want to give them the benefit of a doubt. Okay, I am going to take a quick break because I need to go to the bathroom, which you guys didn't really need to know, but you get that information anyway. That's my gift to you, TMI, which means I'm going to run some ads so that I actually take a proper break and don't come back right away, but also so that we don't have pre-rolls for a little bit. And we'll continue this frog and rambling about whatever comes to my brain when I come back. So take a break, get a drink, get a snack, take a stretch, curse the gods, whatever you want to do. But you can mute the tab if you don't want to see ads. and I will be back in just a little bit. All right, we're back. Well, I'm back. You may not be back. I am. I don't know why I use like the royal streamer Wii. Okay. I think I should do some shading on the green now. I think using a darker green is probably the right answer. Let's see here. Let's see here. Also, frog legs are just so friggin' weird. I mean, all legs are kind of weird if you think about it. But frog legs especially. Like, what is this? What's going on? I feel like I had something else to say about games, and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, I guess I complained about that game last time. I don't need to complain again. Well, I mean, I could. I think, that's what I forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. Stars was going to teach me how to pronounce this game name. And I forgot to ask. That's what I get for having bad brain. TM. Forget bad to the bone. We're bad to the brain. That's such a bad joke. It's so funny. We're just, yeah. This is what happens when you have a friend group of entirely neurodivergent people. Okay, okay. Good, good. But they definitely, for people who don't know what I'm talking about, there is a game that I complained about last time having flashing effects without a toggle to turn them off. And I complained about it being bad storytelling, which it is. But the game name is French, and it's Dordogne, kind of. And so I think they get an honorable mention for not having accessibility features. Which, like, I don't know. I may not do that because generally speaking, I don't want to pay on indie games because for the most part, it isn't worth it. Um, it's not something that's going to drastically change anything. It's not going to make anybody's day better. It's just going to hurt people who are already struggling, you know? So like I do warn people before I tell them about the game that it does have that portion. I did suggest it to somebody and I was like, but if you're light sensitive, play with caution, kind of a thing. But generally speaking, if I don't like an indie game, I just won't talk about it. Because it's hard enough getting any sort of leverage in a world that's very focused on the big names, you know? So I don't want to like piss in anybody's Cheerios about that. That one, the game is good. It's just the flashing light portion was really bad. Because it's in, like, the part of the story it's in, you really, and how the scene is set up, you really actually have to pay attention. Which hurt my eyeballs. The other game that I played this year that I just, like, I'm not gonna pan it. I'm not gonna mention it on my Twitter or anything. I'm not gonna tag the devs and be like, hey. But I played Crime O'Clock, and I finished that one recently, and I thought I was really gonna like it, but it ended up just being so incredibly frustrating to me. Because it was one of those games where, like, they'll teach you a new skill or whatever, and then expect you to use it, but they won't say that they expect you to use it. And a lot of the instructions are very, very opaque, so I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing for a lot of the time, or I'd be stuck on something and it was because they hadn't used their words properly, I guess is a way to put it. So I didn't really understand what I was supposed to be doing. So I ended up, like, I had, while I was playing the game, I had a quote-unquote walkthrough. It wasn't really a walkthrough, pulled up on my phone for whenever I got stuck. Like, it was happening so often that anytime I opened the game, I'd pull that video up and jump to where I was in the game so that I'd be closer when I needed to figure out what the hell was going on. It was, yeah. Like, it's not a bad game, I guess. It's just written in a way that doesn't work for my brain, I guess. But anytime I searched an issue, other people were having the same problems, so I don't think it's just a me issue. But it's one of those things where like you're trying to figure out the puzzle and you're like, okay, well, I guess I would need to do this. And then you didn't click on exactly the right pixel, and so it didn't count. So, interesting game. Would not play again. Mostly, I think I've had like really good game experiences this year. I've played some like bangers. Like, I love Coffee Talk. I love Tangle Tower. I love I Am Dead. What else have I played this year? I keep a spreadsheet. Well, I kept a spreadsheet this year of all the stuff that I played so that I wouldn't forget. But yeah, and I do have that problem sometimes where like I can understand what a game wants me to do, but I can't understand how to do it. And a lot of games nowadays expect you to have a certain amount of game literacy that I don't have the same amount of. Because, I don't know, I didn't play that many video games growing up. So, like, some people will look and go, oh, I need to jump on this, and I'm, like, poking stuff like, well, what? And then I have to look it up, and everybody's asking different questions than I need the answer to. It's just, I don't know. It makes you feel real stupid. And sometimes that's bad game design, and sometimes that's just my brain doesn't connect things in the same way other people does. Yeah, same. And I like when they have like a little thing in the menu that tells you what you're supposed to do next. That's one of my favorite things in the world. And a lot of people really don't like those because they feel like it's hand-holdy. And I'm like, okay, well, I want somebody to hold my hand and gently walk me through this game. Let me live. Oh my gosh, stars. Go get your drinkies. I feel like the music is louder today. I turned it down and everything. Maybe my hearing is just better today. I think I want to add some more yellow in the highlight areas for this, but I think that's something I want to do when the screen dries, otherwise it's going to get kind of muddy. I don't know that this is popping. The legs down here look good. I'm happy with that. This part looks really nice. I like that. The body is looking a little bleh to me. Which I may want to go back over with a different shading color at some point. Yay! Welcome back. Enjoy your drinkies. I considered getting myself a treat drink while I was standing up, and then I didn't. I haven't had water yet today. So, well, I have had water. I haven't had as much water as I should yet today. So I should do that before I get treats. Although I think I mentioned this last time, I have a tea advent calendar that my tea company does. And I've gotten my brother one every year that they've done this, and he loves them. But they had a decaf one this time, which I don't always react well to caffeine. That is way too dark. But let's go with that for a little bit, and I'll pick some of it up. But they did a no caffeine one, so I got that this year. So I'm having, I get to have a tea in the afternoon, which is nice. I have also been drinking tea in the mornings, but that's caffeinated tea, so. I feel like we haven't heard this song in ages, which is really funny. I was just waiting for it to be really funny for the Twitch policy changes. I'm sure of it. Okay, I still think the head needs some more work. I was saying something. No, I finished that thought. Never mind. I need to let that dry before I keep messing with it. There is one tea so far that I've had in the advent calendar that I'm definitely going to buy more of. It's really good. It was a double ginger tea, and they have it both in loose leaf because the company that I buy from is mostly loose leaf. But they started adding tea bags, and they have that one in tea bags too. So I can bring it with me when I'm doing modeling, and I can have tea during my break. One of the teachers is British. And so in his email, when I was asking him like what was going to be expected of me and blah, 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 he was like, and I'll be ready to make tea for you. And I was like, that is so nice. And I'm going to cry about it. But he uses, like many British people do, this isn't a read. He uses tea bags, and I had brought loose leaf tea with the accoutrement necessary. And he was like, I'm going to let you do this part because I don't know how. And I was like, okay. I just thought it was funny. In a, like, delightful way. Let's see how... Well, I wanted to do more orange, actually. Because I think the feet are getting a little bit too red. So let's try this here. See how that looks. But now that I know that there's going to be a hot water kettle there, I can bring tea bags with me, which will be really nice. I also discovered that I don't think anybody I've actually been working with saw my resume at all, which is interesting to me. I guess it was dealt with entirely by HR, but nobody knows anything about me. Which is fine, like it's not a big deal, but I was going in assuming that they had like a basic primer on the professional Katie lore, and that was not the case. I think that little bit of orange is definitely bringing this to a colored place that I like better. Yeah. Gosh, my neck hurts. My back hurts today too. I mean, it always hurts, but I slept hard enough at one point that I actually ended up sleeping on my back, which you'd think is good for you, but for my back, no. That way lies death. 1,000 tiny hip deaths or something. I don't know. Somebody else make that funny. I'm not managing it. I don't know. I think I have a twisted pelvis, and so anything where I have to be like flat does not work for my body. I think the yellow underneath for the toe, what? I mean, they're toes, but I feel like toe bobbles. I feel like that's a little too intense for a shine. So I may end up painting over that a little bit.
You paraphrase and understate and throw away until it's what I thought. No one can know.
My tea for today from the advent calendar is called elderberry wine. And it has elderberries in it, so I get that part, but I don't understand like I guess I haven't had elderberry wine, so maybe the rest of the flavor profile matches that, but I have no clue. I don't know that I've ever even seen elderberry wine. Like, I know it's a thing, but I don't think it's an American thing. I'm excited to try it because I do like elderberries. There's a brewery chain, I guess. It's like a local chain in Oregon, where I grew up, that did elderberry and some other stuff liqueur that I really liked back when I was drinking. I don't drink anymore, but I do enjoy that flavor. So I'm curious to see how it translates to tea, because I definitely have not had it as a tea before.
They're just particles or participles parted by the syntax of the snow.
But it's got, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what else it had in it. I remember rose hips, which is like super common for any non-caffeinated tea that's in the vague herbal realm. I think if I mix some orange with warm gray, that will probably give me the depth that I'm looking for. Yeah. So I do want to kind of make the webs look a bit more defined in here. Friday afternoon tea, I have not. I don't know how to properly pronounce their name. I'm not sure if they do like Italian or whatever kind of pronunciation, but adagio or adagio, which was really the reason I started using it, was because it was popular on Tumblr for a while because they let you do your own mixes. So there were a bunch of fandom teas that individuals did. So Kara McGee, who was Are You Trying to Seduce Me on Tumblr in like the 2013 era, has fandom teas on there that I really like. Actually, what I had this morning was 2 Kara teas smashed together. Let me put the site name in chat here, because I know me pronouncing it is not super helpful. Well, it would help if I could type, or if my computer would like actually show me what I'm typing too. But yeah, that's them. But the tea that I had this morning, I mixed one of her Hobbit teas, which have had the serial numbers filed off of for legal reasons, and one of her Hunger Games teas, and I mixed those two together. The Bulk is the name of the Hobbit one, and then Hey Mitch together, and I like those. The Hey Mitch one is like a really smoky, it's got smoked something or other tea in it, black tea, and it's really good. If you like smoky. If you don't like smoky, don't get it. I love smoky flavors. And actually one of the huge drawbacks for me from stopping drinking, which was the right choice for sure, is that my favorite scotch was like really smoked. And so I didn't have anything to kind of fill that void of smoky flavor. But tea came through for me. But I also have some blends on there. They aren't fandom ones, but they're just things that I wanted to drink. I was about to say to eat, but that's not really accurate. But I really like their stuff. I'm not sure how they do for international shipping. You might like the Bulk though. It's like pumpkin spice and chocolate chips and some other sweet stuff in it. That one's really nice. If you like spice, like not like spicy like hot, but spicy like baked goods spicy. Oh, do they? Good. I wasn't sure. They are like, their brick and mortar was based in New Jersey. which means that when I buy stuff to send to my dad's house, it shows up like way faster than I'm anticipating. But I have strong tea opinions, so I can tell you which ones I like. And I don't know what your flavor profile is like, but I can tell you a few, because I do a lot of decaf teas and herbal teas, because as previously mentioned, I'm not great with caffeine a lot of the time. But in the mornings in winter, I do jasmine chunhao with honey most days, which is a green tea. So there is some caffeine, but it's not like as intense as black tea. But if you don't like smoked tea, definitely stay away from Haymitch. You two won't get along. Hey, Parker! Why are you yelling at me, Watch? What's happening? You having a hissy fit? Yes. Okay. How are you doing? How far are you in the DLC? I guess is the next question. I'm trying to figure out a way to say where I am without, like, being spoils. I'm hanging out with Briar? I think that will narrow it down. Alright, yeah, I think adding that little bit of gray. You can't really see it, can you? Well, you probably can if you have a bigger preview of the screen than I do. I do have it pretty small on my layout, because otherwise the movement distracts me. Alright, I'm trying to, like, because I know some people like to lurk you who haven't gotten to the end yet, so... Yeah, I didn't finish it last night because I need to go to bed early on Thursday nights because I wake up early to stream. So I didn't get to finish it last night, but I'm guessing I'm pretty close. It feels end gamey, so we've made great discoveries in the deep dark of the earth. Although I will say, I mentioned this in Jick's Discord too. I'm not vibing with this so much anymore, if I'm being honest. Like, I'd already decided that this was my last Pokemon game I was gonna buy, just because the way the franchise is going, and this isn't like a read, it's just the way the franchise is going is not a way that I am going to enjoy playing, and I haven't particularly enjoyed playing these ones. Like, there are some bright spots for sure, like some of the stories are good, especially in the base game. But I'm like, you know that meme where it's the guy holding up his hands like, I'm straight up not having a good time? That's me. And it doesn't help that, again, speaking about accessibility stuff, that the lighting, the way the lighting is set up in the game gives me migraines. So, which, oh my gosh, when they were doing the wide pan of the terrarium, it was glitching out so bad that I had to close my eyes because it was flashing so bright. I was just like, glad to see that we have not fixed anything. Thanks. Okay, I think that I need to do like a darker red for the eyes for me to be happy with them. They don't need to be too dramatic, but I do think I need a little bit more shading in here. Like that. But yeah, I have emotions about it, but some things just aren't made for you, and that's okay. Oh yeah, 100%. And I have I've railed into that a fair amount, Kettle. The one I think Nintendo has definitely fallen prey to following video game industry trends that are harmful to their workers and their product. And I've talked about that a lot. I would rather play games where everybody got to eat their dinner with their family, you know? And two, they really are trying to connect it to everything else so that they can earn more money. And I'm just like, I have to deal with capitalism enough. Can I escape the capitalism occasionally, please? You know? Just yeesh. Yeah, exactly, Parker. And that's part of the thing where I'm talking about falling prey to the new industry norms, because definitely having like the big stuff come out every year is one, harmful to the workers, harmful to the product, but also it means that, how do I put this? It means that there's a lot of aspects of what made Pokemon special that are taken off the hook. So they don't need to worry about replayability, they don't need to worry about extra content and stuff like that if there's just going to be a new game coming out in a year, because they don't need anybody to play it past that, right? So I feel like focusing on that is actually destroying the things that made the brand special in the first place. Because, like, without there being a larger span in between the games that came out, there wouldn't be things like Nuzlocke, there wouldn't be things like extreme Professor Oak challenges or anything like that, because people wouldn't have had the time to come up with something to make the games more interesting to replay, because there's just going to be a new game, right? So I feel like it's actually destroying the community in a really dramatic way. And I think that's an issue with like a lot of industry stuff, because if you aren't selling a new product, you can't get more money, right? Oh yeah, agreed, Parker. Yeah. And BDSP felt, I'm gonna go with the word soulless, which I don't think is entirely accurate, but I think you'll understand what I mean. It really felt like, yes, a company had worked on this to translate it, but it didn't feel like there was any love put into it. It felt very surface level. And part of that is because we didn't have time to delve into it because other games were coming out. But Legends Arceus was like could have been a really cool like love letter to the history of the Pokemon universe and all that kind of stuff, and then it kind of just got shoved by the wayside because we had 35 other things coming out at once. And I find that personally frustrating. I don't know. I think I'm just an indie bitch now. Cause like I've played a lot of indie games this year, and I did the Pokemon stuff, but all of my top hits are tiny little indie games that cost me like 20 bucks. And I think, I don't know, part of that is just as bigger companies continue to try to sell games, they're going to go with things that are safe, the same way movies have done, where you end up with things that are made to appeal to the masses, so they end up appealing to no one, kind of a thing. I think it did, Parker, or at least really close. Like, it felt like those three were like back to back to back. Because I remember thinking I had time to finish Arceus, and I really didn't. I say finish as if I was planning on finishing it, but it was very much, it felt rushed, even for me. I think I'm going to add a little bit more orange to the toe tips here. Just because that bright yellow feels like a little bit too intense. So let's blur that out a little bit. Yeah, I like that better already. All right. But I don't know. I think this is going to shock everybody here. Are you ready? I think the real problem is capitalism. I know that's a shock. I know you've never heard me say that before. But the thing where we're focused so much on exponential growth and new because people won't buy the old stuff again is like really harming the industry. I say industry, all of the industries as a whole. So like we're seeing the same stuff with movies too, where like we have Marvel movie number 674 coming out, and they're like, why isn't this doing as well? It's because it's boring now. But things like that are even just a little bit different, so like the animated Spider-Man movies do really well because it feels more different. Yeah, when in doubt, blame capitalism because you're almost always right. I feel like the main story in Scarlet Violet there were pieces of it I really liked. So like the individual storylines were all pretty interesting, but I feel like because they were all in the same game and in a way that was meant to be more open world, it felt really crowded to me. So I felt like I wasn't able to sit in those big heartfelt moments as long because there was more and more and more and more stuff that I needed to be doing. So like this is a controversial take, I'll say right off the bat. My favorite story, Pokemon story, is Sun and Moon, the original ones, not the Ultras. And I think part of that is just, well, one, I related to it personally, because it's really at its base level, it's about a mom with a substance abuse issue, which anybody who knows me might realize that that's a little personal for me. So it's really about how people can harm each other when they're messed up on a specific substance, you know? And I think part of the way that that story hit so hard was because you were spending a lot of time with Lily, and you got to see like, oh, her mom treated her like this, and that's why she does these things, and you got to see that unravel throughout the story. And I don't think that we got that same kind of slow unraveling in Scarlet Violet, even though we did have some really like emotional high moments there that could have been better if they had been allowed to steep a little longer, you know? Does that make sense? I'm not sure if I'm making sense. And then, like, they wrote such a good story with Sun and Moon, and then they just nerfed it so hard in the Ultras. Ugh. Ugh. Like, I appreciate the Ultras for what they did for shiny hunting and all that stuff, but, like, story-wise, you ruined it. You ruined it. I think adding just a little bit more yellow on the outsides of these is slapping. I say on these, on his pieces? I don't know. What should we name this frog? We can name him together. Hey, Loki! Thank you! He's starting to look pretty good. I haven't done any of the blue portions yet. That's our next step here. But I do think I also need to smooth out this shadow here. This is looking a little rough. And yeah, I definitely had to put down the DLC to stream. Well, actually, I put it down last night so I could go to bed so that I could stream, but you know, same difference. Smooth that out a little bit. Thank you. I guess I had the font, the type nail wraps on last time, but I had a different nail wrap for my accent nails that died, so I just added a polish. I don't remember what the color name of the polish is. The wraps are from Espionage Cosmetics. Espionage like to spy. And the polish is from Zoya, who is my favorite for nail polishes. But I don't remember what the color name is. They name all of their colors after like people names. So I always forget. Some of them I really remember, and this one is newish, so I don't. I was gonna add more yellow up here. That's what I was doing. He is baby, and he's a baby who's encouraging you to do well. So the idea for this guy is he's gonna go on like a memo pad that has a to-do list, like a checklist, and he's gonna say hop to it. So all of these are gonna be like encouragement stuff. So we haven't gotten to this one yet because I still need to finish inking it, but we have some more green babies coming in, and these ones are going to be stickers that have little sayings with them. So like a little alien face is going to say "out of this world," obviously. This frog is going to say "great progress," like progress. I don't know if you were there, Parker, but last weekend before last in stream, I was asking people to tell me green animals. That's what this was for. Man, I can tell I haven't been talking as much. My throat is like, bitch, what are you doing? I'm rambling. Leave me alone. Okay. Where are we at? What do I need to be doing here? I think working on the blue portions is our next step. Yeah, puns. Piccolo would be really funny, actually. I'm trying to think about what, like, if I was going to add Piccolo to these, what would I do? I think just like staring Piccolo that just says "get it together, bitch" would be really funny. I don't know. One of my friends is like very into Piccolo in a specific kind of way. I think y'all get it. So that's always a joke between us whenever, because there's a Piccolo day too. And whenever I see a Piccolo post on Tumblr or whatever, I'll send it to her, like, your husband is here. I think if I just do a layer of this blue, and then I can shade with Prussian blue, and that will be good. I don't want to make the blue too dark just because it's so vibrant on the actual frog. But I do think it needs to be a little bluer than where we're at right now. The only problem with like I love doing meme references and stuff like that with popular franchises, I guess I'll put it that way, but you really open yourself up to legal action. So I do have one of the new stickers that I have coming in is a Pokemon sticker. And if all else fails and I get slapped for it, he'll just end up being a freebie sticker. But the fat ass Gengar is coming soon to a Katie shop near you. I have him in here. Let me pull him out because he's glorious. Oh, I guess that one's being a sticker too, so we can bring that out. So this is going to be sparkly. And it says body cursed ass fat. And he's going to be a sparkly sticker. And it's ridiculous, and I love it so much. And then this terrarium is also going to be a sparkly sticker. So that'll be coming soon too. And all my single stickers are, well, I guess not all of them. The majority of my single stickers are $5, so these will be 5 as well. I also have, what else do I have coming in? Me trying to remember everything I ordered. I did those two. I did the rat from Rat Follow Me from Stream Inc. Also did the Stellar Sea Lion from Stream Inc. as well, which I have in here somewhere. One day I'll actually remember my own organization system, but it's not today. There you are. I have this guy. He's coming too, and he's also going to be sparkly. And then I have some little rose stickers to go with the greeting cards that I have coming out. There's more than that, though. What else did I order? I have a list somewhere in the world. Oh, the Booty Mothman. That's the one I'm forgetting. That was also for Stream Inc. So we got 2 booty stickers coming in. So if you're a fan of the booty, stay tuned. Is that it? I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Oh, tummy troubles. That's right. I have one of the body badges because I did a whatchamacallit, a poll on Tumblr about possibilities in which people wanted. There you are. And this of the body badges that I had ready. I'm gonna do some more, but that one will be coming to. Tummy Trouble Survivor badge for when you have survived the tummy troubles. Or continue to survive the tummy troubles, too. And I also got a gift card to my sticker company for Christmas. So, there will be more stickers soon. There will be so many stickers. I will do nothing but pack stickers for 3 months. Okay, I was filling in this blue. That's what I was doing. But yeah, I'm excited. I also realized the other day, this is only tangentially related, that I could use a sticker book to house all of my cool stamps, because I like buying the fancy forever stamps from the post office. And I realized that instead of having 35,000 different sheets of stickers in my house that are all in different places because I'm a mess, that I could just put all of the stamps into a sticker book and then peel them off when I want them. So I had a brain blast about that the other day, which was great. It also means that I had to convince myself to not buy another sticker book right then. Because there is somebody who does sticker books that I haven't purchased one from, but I like their designs a lot, so. I could also design sticker books at some point, but I don't think that's a in the next month kind of situation. Excuse me. I may add a little bit of cobalt teal to this. Maybe. I feel like there was something else I was going to say. I always feel like that, though. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. You got it. Oh, my back just cracked really loud. I hope you guys didn't hear that. The great thing about a headset is I can never tell what sounds in my body will transfer and what won't. Whew. Okay, good. That's how we all connect nowadays. We all do a stretch and do group joint cracking. My hip has been like very loud lately. My hips always pop, like that's a regular for me, but they've been especially loud lately. Okay. Do I want to do this blue? I don't know if I'm gonna like how that looks. Let's. Yeah, I think that's good. Right. I should mark that as redeemed before I forget. There we go. This may still be a bit too wet to be doing this, I say as I continue doing it. Yeah, let's leave that for a little bit. I could do some more work around the nostrils up here. So let's try that for a little bit. I do think I'm gonna end up filling those in with a micron pen. I just kind of did the little apostrophe shape kind of dealio. Could also work on the eyelids a little bit here. Deepen up some shadows. Yeah, that's totally fair, Parker. There's a lot of really cool ones coming back. How many? I was thinking about this last night and then I promptly forgot and didn't look into it at all. But how many Mons are we actually missing now that we've got more? Because I mean, they definitely introduced some, so that will change the number a bit. But you, with your impressive shiny decks, will probably know better than most how many things we still can't bring in. Because it feels like we have a ton now, but I'm probably forgetting a bunch. Because, like, we don't have the elemental keys for one. I always remember that one because that's Sparkle's thing. Yeah, exactly. It's almost like we both know Sparkle. That's so funny. Because I think we've got a lot, but I don't know what the total number is. And I do think that I guess we've gotten some Gen 5 stuff this time. Because I'm betting that's our next remake. If it's not, people are gonna have a shit fit. And if you don't want to look into that, just to be clear, you don't have to. That was just me being curious. You don't need to put yourself out if you don't want to deal with it. I say these things and realize that it kind of sounds like I'm demanding something, but I'm not, I promise. I'm just curious. Yeah, and then Zeb Strika is Is Gen 5, right? And that wasn't in the other ones. I'm trying to think what else. We got Ducklet, we got Swana. I think mostly it's most of the ones that I'm thinking of are like legendaries and mythicals that we haven't had access to anyway. So like Volcanion. Which was there a code for them actually now that I'm thinking about it? Maybe. Me remembering things, not gonna happen. Yeah, I think that there was for the EU, if I'm remembering right, but maybe I'm thinking about the one for Sword and Shield actually. Because there was one, because somebody was nice enough to give me one. But that was a while ago. And I don't know, there's got to be some still that aren't for Switch at all anymore. Like the Elemental Monkeys, I think. But I don't know. It feels silly to still have Pokemon we can't bring onto the Switch as they're killing the 3DS. I miss the 3DS. Bring me back to the 3DS era. I miss when the screen of my expensive device was not just fending for itself in my purse. I mean, I have a case for it, but definitely not the same. Although I will say that I guess I don't have as much of a qualm with it with the Steam Deck for some reason. Maybe just because that's the first in a line of consoles. Like there isn't a history of other stuff behind it. I think I need to do just like a little bit of a shadow right here. That will make me feel better about where we're at. Yep, sure does. Here we go. Let's see, what else? I do still have more work to do on the blue for sure, and the eyes. There's also like a white spot right there. That's driving me nuts. Okay. Does this really look like the frog I'm trying to paint? Maybe not, but I think it gets the message across. And I don't know that my style is... How do I phrase this? My brain just like short-circuited. I don't think my style is hyper-realistic, so it being recognizable as the thing but not looking directly like the thing is in line with my stuff. Oh, Patrat! Yeah. You're right. I hadn't thought about that one. He is a little creepy boy, but he's just staring at you. But there are a lot of creepy Pokemon that are in already, like Mr. Mime. I don't know if you can even tell, but I did give this frog a little bit of a butt crack, which is accurate to the reference image I was looking at, but I think it's funny. I do think I need a shade a little bit like right here on the back. Not super dark, but a little bit. Like right through here. Yeah, which is good. We should be able to get all of our mons up, in my opinion. That should have been a thing already, if you ask me, but let's not start that debate. I don't think people need to be as dramatic about it as they were, but I also think that at this point, if that's your main console, you should actually let everything back in. It would be so funny to make a meme of the, like, let me in at the gates meme with all the Pokemon that haven't gotten into a game yet. That would be so funny. I'm not going to do it, but it would be funny. Sometimes I spend a lot of time on memes, but not this one. Okay, I want to add a little bit of yellow to the eyelids here. And I think, yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's next in line anyway. Like, it's time. Although, I do have the 3DS cartridges for those. Well, black and white. I don't remember if I got black and white too or not. So, like, I have access to them, but I definitely have not finished a playthrough of them, or platinum for that matter. I don't know. I petered out on Pokemon a bit lately. Oh, I just actually realized why exactly I petered out on Pokemon. That's depressing. Let's not talk about that today. Oof. Okay, time to work on the arms a bit, I think. I may want to add, for the next layer, a little bit of Payne's Gray to this to mute the shadows a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. But I think we can finish this guy today. We're closing in on it, I think. We have some, that's the wrong color. We have some higher highlights to do, but that's going to be with some gel pen, so that isn't super intensive. That little riff in this song makes me think of a Spice Girls song, and it does that every single time. And then I think I should watch Spice World again. It's been a while. I don't know, how many of the youths know about Spice World anymore? Probably not a lot. I mean, people know about the Spice Girls, generally speaking, I think. I don't know. Am I that level of old now? I don't know. But there was a Spice Girls movie in theaters. And it's so funny. And I own it in like 3 different styles because I love it so much. It's eternally related in my mind to my favorite movie, which is Josie and the Pussycats, which came out in like 2000 or 2001. Because me and my cousin had those on VHS, and so whenever we did like a sleepover when we were down visiting, we'd watch both of those movies back to back. It's such a good movie. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's the best. Like, you want a sarcastic movie that, like, both of those, really, both of those movies, like, kind of poke fun at the entire situation of girl bands and how popular they were at the time. And it's great. I love it. I do think it's kind of unfortunate because neither of them really, but Josie and the Pussycats for real did not get the amount of accolades that it deserved. I think it was just not the right time to have a movie making fun of capitalism, you know? But I feel like I do think that a lot of kids would not get references to stuff in there because times have changed pretty drastically. But for the most part, the movie holds up really well and makes fun of capitalism and guerrilla advertising and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, Parker, for sure. And that's what getting old is like, I guess, and just times changing it all. But they're like, I was talking to in some stream the other day, and I explained to somebody that they asked like what the first CD you'd ever bought was, and I was like, well, the first album I ever bought was actually on a cassette tape. And then I had to explain what cassette tapes were. And I aged 1,000 years in that one moment. Like, this isn't shade or anything. It's just one of those, like, if you don't know, you don't know, and that's not a big issue, and I'm happy to explain things to people. But it's one of those moments where you realize how much the world has actually changed. I miss Blockbuster, especially we had a Blockbuster up here that lasted longer than the rest of the franchise. They made like national news at one point. Because was it like Stephen Colbert or something came up here to visit it? But they were the only place in the state that carried those really big Laffy Taffy sticks. And so now I can't get them anywhere, and I'm so sad about it. I really shouldn't eat those because they're really bad for my teeth, but like they're so delicious. Why are things that are bad for me so good? It's rude. I would like to speak to the management. But actually, that's the way that I saw my first ever Ghibli film would not exist in this era. Like, so me and some of my friends were doing a sleepover, and there was a Blockbuster within walking distance of our house, so we all walked over to Blockbuster to pick a movie for the night, right? And we picked out a movie, and I still don't remember what the movie was supposed to be, but it ended up being My Neighbor Totoro because somebody had put the cassette back into the wrong container, or clamshell, I guess is the official name of those. And so we watched My Neighbor Totoro, and that's still my favorite Ghibli film to this day. And nowadays, you just would not have that experience at all. You'd go look for the movie that you wanted and you'd rent it on, I don't know, Amazon Prime or whatever, or purchase it digitally or whatever. And you'd get exactly what you asked for instead of discovering something that would become a core part of your personality for the rest of your life. I don't know, it's wild to think about that stuff. And I'm sure that there's, throughout human history, there have been little things like that change drastically, like, oh, heaven forbid, the kids that don't have to use a horse and carriage anymore will never have a meet cute where they run into somebody because a horse threw a shoe or something like that, you know? So I'm sure that that's like not a great change, but it's so different. It's wild to think about, honestly. Oh yeah, for sure, Parker, for sure. Especially as like marketing and corporate chokehold gets really into films, you really don't get those weird little cult classics anymore because there aren't small studios who are willing to, you know, throw a buck at you. For sure. So like Rocky Horror Picture Show, I don't think would get made today. Josie and the Pussycats, I also think wouldn't get made today, and that would just ruin my life forever. But there's a lot of ones like that where like nobody's willing to risk a weird movie because it won't make as much money or isn't projected to make as much money. But yeah, if you haven't watched Josie and the Pussycats, watch it. Watch it. It's so good and it's so funny. If you like sarcasm and if you hate capitalism, you will love Josie and the Pussycats. And you will get like 90% more of the random things that I say all the time. Yeah, for sure, Parker. And I think that if, how do I put this? If the film industry was set up the way that it had been in the past, right now, we'd be getting those weird movies. Um, because after a big amount of strife, so for instance, a pandemic or a big war, there are more risks being taken because there are different people in charge back home. And or a bunch of people have died off and so new people are in power who are more willing to take a risk. But the way that cinema and other industries too are set up now with boards and stuff like that, you don't have the same amount of power over what the little guy is doing, you know. So in like the 30s and after, in general, the Great Depression, you got a lot more female feature films. Like there was a whole era, and that's how Joan Crawford and Betty Davis rose into fame. Basically, was because they were in the women pictures that were directed by women and starred women and were about women's lives that would never have been been made in the 20s, like during the Roaring 20s. So I think because of the way that again, let's blame capitalism, because of the way that industry is set up now, we aren't going to have that same interesting diversion from norms. Wizard of Oz is good for sure. My dad always hated that one because it was on TV when he was a kid during holidays. And so they always had to watch it. So he got really tired of it. So we didn't really watch that one at home, but I like it. What am I missing? What am I missing here? I think I do need to add some white in a couple of places on the frog body. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, there are definitely some, and I'm not saying that there like weren't issues in old school Hollywood, because there definitely were. And you can look at basically any story from any child star around those times to see it, including Judy Garland, and Joan Crawford for that matter. But there was definitely it was easier for everything to shift if you just had like the CEO or whatever in charge versus having boards and having to be as beholden to stockholders as people are now. I don't know. It's always, I don't know that interesting is the right word exactly, but it's interesting to see how those big changes economically change how culture works. I think I maybe did too much white on his head. It's a little bright. Oh, I still need to do his pupils. Maybe that's gonna dry fine. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. And I guess I'll do that on his little toesies too. Oop. It'll dry lighter than it is right now too. Yeah, same, Parker. I remember the argument about DVD versus VHS. I barely remember beta tapes being a thing for like a hot second. But I remember when the big draw of DVDs was that they didn't have ads at the front. Like VHS tapes started to have. They didn't start out that way either. But that's just how all media has gone for the past however long. Is, oh, this is better because you're in control and it doesn't have ads, and then the slow, inevitable creep towards ads. Alright. Mm-hmm. Please be, or, yeah. Be kind, please rewind. That was what the sticker said. And how you needed to stop it altogether to rewind it instead of having it play and then push rewind. Because it wore out the tape faster. I actually, when I was a kid, I wore out a tape copy of The Little Mermaid because I watched it so much. Which isn't really a thing you do with stuff anymore. Wear it out like that. Too bright, I think. Calm down, please. Thank you. Alright. This is looking pretty good, I think. I think I need to work on the eyes a little bit more, and I need to add the bright highlights with a gel pen, and then I think this guy's pretty much set. Let's add a little bit of white in the eyes here. Those will also be in gel pen, but I like blocking out where the highest highlight should be in the white watercolor. I say like right through here, I think was my plan. I think one right there. Alright, I'm gonna take another quick break. And I will be back momentarily. Yeah, same Parker. I remember when going to a movie cost less than $10. I remember when a matinee ticket was $3. I'm so old. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna pop on ads if it'll let me, but I'm just gonna do a short one. So don't worry about it. But look away if you don't want to deal with the capitalism. I'll be right back.
We'll drag you out into the light, quiet like the vines. What are you afraid of? If you really have nothing to hide, better beasts with bigger bones, birds that never fly, can't our children? What's crowded under concrete skies, blood and stone split down the spine. A diamond blade to stretch your eyes. Much madness is divinest descent. Much says the against madness. Hungry hawks spare the dogs, dreaming lidlessly. Heaven hears a venom keys to keep them sick. Money, honey, thick and mighty, humming on my tongue, lolly sweat. What grows too large must devour itself. Blood and stone, skin like iron. Diamond blade to stretch.
Alright, we're back.
Much
Oh, that was weird. You could see the edge of my sleeve and nothing else.
divinest descent.
Okay. What am I doing? Nobody knows. Did those. I need to decide what color to do for the pupils here. And I think they're pretty black on the actual frog itself, so we'll probably... I don't want to do straight black, but I'll probably do a Payne's gray. I think I was thinking I might add that. Well, maybe I want to darken me. We're almost done, besides 35 more things I want to do. Let's test you here. You should be one of the darkest. Let's see what I think about that. Yeah, actually, we'll do some of that. Alrighty. And look, the Twitch alert works. I'm so pleased with myself. I set that up in like 5 minutes before I started streaming. I get to pick a color. I have too much stuff. I have a stuff problem. Color. Let's do this color. I like a purpley blue. I did split all of the origami star papers into like which tubs they should be in for the different redeems, which is great because it means I can just grab one and look at the colors, but it also means that I now have like 5 different tubs just hanging out. Yeah, that's like my whole life, if I'm honest. Although I've been getting better about not holding on to stuff as badly. Like, not completely cured of that issue, but going through my mom's stuff definitely made me realize, like, I really don't need to hold on to these. Nobody else needs to clean up after that, and I'm not going to touch it again, so. Alright, a little star into the bucket. Boop. We can do a bucket swirl. I don't know that the capture rate is doing that great with it today. It is dark and it's snowing, so we can't see the sun today. Great. I think what I should start doing is, like, anytime anybody subs or gives bits, I should do a star for them too. I just thought of that right now. I probably should have thought of that before, but you know, you think about it when you think about it. Yeah, I don't know her. I don't know her until June. For a little bit I would. Yeah, we had, not yesterday, but the day before, we had, oh no, actually it was yesterday. I'm mixing up my days. Yesterday we did have like a really nice clear sky, and we had some nice bright sun that was shining off of the snow-covered trees in a way that was very pretty and nice, and then the snow happened. I mean, it isn't for very long. So sunrise today was at like 10:30. And if you know sunrise times and sunset times, you don't really see the sun right away for sunrises and sun, or it doesn't go away for sunset, you know. So sunrise today was at 10:30, and sunset is going to be at like 3:30. So yeah, basically the sun vaguely came up when I started streaming, and it will go down like before I have my afternoon snack. That's Alaska for ya. Okay, I had decided that I did like a little bit of the Payne's gray in these darker shadow areas here. So let's do that a little bit. Oh, okay. Hello, Brother Star, I guess. Yeah, it's really cold here. So it got to 2 degrees Fahrenheit last night. And I could tell when it hit 2 degrees because the ankle that I broke last year started hurting really bad. Like I had to take a pain pill because it was so bad. Yeah, I have a broken toe too on the same foot. I broke it like, when was that? In 2017, I think. Um, and whenever it hits 12 degrees Fahrenheit, it starts hurting. Although it's chilled out the farther away from the actual break it's gotten. Um, but yeah, I was like, God, why does my ankle hurt so bad right now? And I looked at I was like, it must be below 12 degrees. We must have just gotten cold enough that it started hurting. And I looked and it said 2 degrees. And I was like, yeah, okay, that would do it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, the 2 degrees is vaguely normal here, I guess. So I don't think about it in the same way. Um, yeah. I don't know. We've been really ping-ponging around pressure and snow and cold levels this winter so far. Because we were like above freezing for a bit, and then we got really cold, and then we got like a million feet of snow, and then it warmed up a little bit again, and then it got really cold again, and then we got more snow. And everybody was telling us it was going to be like a mild winter. And I'm like, if this is your idea of mild, I don't want it. Thank you. Bye. Because it's like a lot. And the roads have been really bad because the politician who is in charge of all of that stuff really dropped the ball. He dropped it last time, and then they re-elected him against my wishes. And it's been even worse, so that's great. Oh, I have plenty. You want some? I'll express ship it to you. We we broke records for the amount of snowfall in November on like November 17th, and then it just kept snowing. It was a lot. Ooh, definitely. I was about to say I misclicked, but that's not accurate when you're using a paintbrush. I twitched and ended up putting color where I didn't want it. That's fine though. All right. You don't want it? Come on, man. Help me out. Save me. A couple other places I think need a little bit of a deeper shadow. I really like my deep shadows though, so I guess that's just my style. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It being dry here, so like when it's this cold, it gets really dry, like the air gets dry, and it just sucks all of the moisture out of you. I'm really glad that I don't have nosebleeds that bad, because it would just never stop. The guy I dated in high school had to have his nose cauterized twice because he had such bad nosebleeds. But like even up here, like I don't have them super bad. It does make my sinuses hurt if it gets too dry, but I drink enough tea that I just kind of inhale steam a bunch. I forgot where I was going with that. There was a point to that. What was it? Oh, like I don't get bad nosebleeds, but like when I blow my nose in the winter, there's definitely blood involved. It's just not like an active bleed, which I'd prefer it that way. Because actively bleeding noses are like a pain to try and stem the issue.
Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back. Four winds drown the hours, you never come back.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds awful. That sounds a lot like what my ex had to deal with. It's like he'd get nosebleeds in his sleep and then just wake up covered in blood kind of levels. Which sounds really unpleasant. May need to do multiple layers on the pupils to make those as dark as I want them. Or I could go over in micron pen, but I'd prefer to do it in watercolor. I think I maybe don't have the amount of depth in the eyes to really make it look like an orb. I'm not sure that I really care. That is something that I should figure out how to do at some point. Yeah, right. So, like, I'm a person who menstruates, so I have also woken up in my own blood, but I feel like it's more alarming when it's coming from your face. Like, it is always frustrating to have to, like, wake up and then change your bedclothes and whatever, but if it's all around your head, that's a little scarier to me. I think maybe if I do darker near the bottom of the pupil, it would maybe read a little bit rounder. I don't know, I think that's fine. Oh, yeah. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, I have hearing damage in my right ear from an ear infection I didn't have time to get checked out when I was in college. So, yeah, I get that. I haven't had mine bleed before. My brother gets worse ones, for sure. He's had his eardrum break multiple times in his life. I haven't had to deal with that. Yeah, for sure. But with the hearing damage in my ear, it gets pretty painful when there's like pressure changes and stuff. Just because like it doesn't equalize properly. Because there's scar tissue in there. But when I got that infection, I was taking 19 credits and working part-time in college. And I just did not have time to go to a doctor during normal doctor hours. So I beat the infection eventually on my own, but it was not the wisest decision I've ever made in my life. Well, I think he's looking pretty good, all things considered. I maybe want to add, well, that's going to be a gel pen. It'll look better in gel pen, so never mind. I take it back. I think it's just gel pen city, and then we're set. Let's try using the new one. Let's see how that goes. These are thicker than my other ones, so I might change that. Let's see here. Oh, that writes so much better than the other ones already. It's gonna partially be because it's thicker, so the ink's gonna roll better, but I can use all of them at once if I want to. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many alerts all at once. I'm so popular all of a sudden. I'll check that in a second. So for these ones a little bit farther down, I want to soften them up, which is why I tap them with my finger. With my little fingy. But I am starting to get hungry, which means I should eat a food, even if I don't really want to. I had popcorn for lunch yesterday. Sometimes there's only certain foods you want to eat, and that's better than eating no food. Pro tip from me. Yeah, that's a little bit too thick for that, I think. These should be water soluble, so I can mellow this out a little bit with some water. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I had popcorn, and then I had a tortilla filled with peanut butter and jelly, which I don't even like jelly, but that just sounded good at the moment. So I was like, that's some protein. Let's go. I think I'm gonna use my thinner one. Where are you? There you are. But like, I don't know. Especially when my depression is bad, I have a rough time getting myself to eat. So it's one of those things where it's like, I need to eat something, eat what sounds good, you know? Welcome back. You want to like actually work? That'd be great. No, you don't want to work. Do I have a scrap of black paper? Probably not. Oh, I have this paper that's all grungy because it was hanging out forever. That works. There we go. That's better for that. So let's do those, and then I will go back to the thicker one. Because if there's one thing I know about frogs, it's that they're moist. Yeah, yeah. I I've definitely had those kind of moods, for sure. It's just like, yes, you should worry about like getting your proper vitamins and all that kind of stuff, but if your body's saying you're only hungry for these things, there's probably a reason. And even if that reason is that your brain is bad and being mean to you, that's still a valid medical reason. I don't know. When I'm sick too, like the only thing I really want to eat is garlic butter noodles. And there's probably some scientific reason why I crave those when I'm sick, but exactly, Stars. That's exactly what I'm saying. But I don't know. Some people get really up in arms about it. Like you can't eat bad food. It's like no food is bad. Like food is morally neutral. Fun fact. Ooh, my brother's gonna pick up food. How perfect is that timing? I get Panda Express for lunch. Neener neener. What do I want from Panda Express is a question now. And will my phone actually let me type it? I should get a vegetable. That is generally a good way to go about life. So let's eat some broccoli. And I can remember how to spell words. Good for you, Stars. My brother does a lot of cooking, but it's finals week here, so he finally finished all of his finals on Wednesday. But I've been doing a lot of the cooking around that. Well, I say a lot. He still does most of the cooking, but I've been filling in for some of those areas for him. But he also he's like actually physically fit and does a lot of exercise, so he eats a lot of food. So there's like the way I cook when he's not here, I will cook a meal and then I will have leftovers for at least 3 other meals after that. If I'm cooking with him here, there are no leftovers. Leftovers are a lie, which is not an issue at all. But it does take some getting used to a little bit. Oh, I want to use this one for this probably. Thickums, let's go. One of the problems with doing this kind of stuff on top of watercolor is that sometimes the pigments from the watercolor actually pick up and clog the roller. It's an issue with felt tip pens really bad. I think maybe this, as much as I like this gel pen, it actually is maybe a little bit too intense for a lot of this stuff. Like I think for the really high highlights, like in the eyes, it's gonna be good. But I think for the rest, it's like too intense. Yeah, it's really easy to burn a grilled cheese too. think I do want to just like lay this down and then smooth it out a little bit with a watercolor brush. I think that's how this is gonna go, which kind of defeats the purpose a little bit, but it's like way too intense. I do love a grilled cheese. My brother is like so good about helping me eat. Like I've expressed to him that I have difficulty eating sometimes and convincing myself to eat. So if I come out and with like I don't even have to have a woeful expression on my face, but I'll come out and go, "Will you grill me a cheese, please?" He will make me a grilled cheese. Oh yeah, for sure. My grandma made us grilled cheese a lot when we were kids. So like a regular lunch that we would have was like grilled cheese and homemade milkshakes. That was our grandma thing. Like honestly, anything with cheese is a winner for comfort food. There we go. I think I've fixed that. Muddied it up a little bit too much. Okay, let's see. We need to do this leg highlights, which right here on the knee, and you've clogged up again. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All of my fingers are going to be covered in white now. Just little white lines. Yeah, she had like one of those proper like stand-up milkshake mixers that had like that have the metal things that you use with them. She got those because we had milkshakes all the time when we were there. Yep, messy hands. It's the Tundra Katie Bean guarantee. If you come to a stream, there's gonna be messy hands. Let's see, I haven't done this arm yet. I should go right here. A bit along these like, not spine exactly, but there we go. All right, we have created a frog. Look at him. We didn't name him. We could name him. I'm kind of thinking Hobart, except Hop Bart. Oh, we could also, I have a little bit of time. Well, I guess I have actually been streaming for an hour. That took a little longer than I thought it would. But I have this new white stuff. Isn't that such a really clear statement that I just made? I have this white ink I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that I haven't tested out yet. But Trish has been using it, and I have a piece of black paper right here, so might as well. Yeah, that's really nice. That's so much easier to use. Excuse me, my throat is dry. Which probably means I should end and go drink some tea. Alright, now that I've done that, we can look at the frog somewhere. I can also sign this guy. Let's see. Where's the right size? Oh, did I not bring it out here? Oh, there it is. I'm just silly. You should be all the way dry now, but I'm nervous about flipping you over. Because I did add some more watercolor to that eye. I think it's okay. If it smears, it smears. I don't know what to title this. I didn't think this through. It is December color in focus. It is, today is the 16th? The 15th. Of the year 2023. And I'm just gonna name him Hot Bert. That's what's happening. Hot Bert. Right. There we go. So I will work on inking these other guys and getting this scanned so that I can make a coloring sheet. We'll work on those next time unless I get a sudden burst of energy and finish it completely. I also want to do another terrarium like I did last time, and we also have another quilt block to do. So there is plenty of things to be done. I'm considering doing a Christmas stream. My brother will also be gone for most of Christmas Eve because he has church stuff going on. So we could also do a Christmas Eve stream. I don't know if people are interested in that or not, but I'll have work to do. So I'll see how I'm feeling and I'll let people know. So check socials like usual. I try to be good about posting on all of my social medias. Occasionally I forget one because there are so many now. But I always hit Twitter, Blue Sky, and Tumblr very consistently, and I'm pretty good with Instagram too. I forget Threads sometimes because, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a real social media. Yeah, thanks for coming by and chatting and dealing with me, like, ranting about 35 different things today. I had some spicy takes today. Yeah, I saw that. Somebody said that. Was it you who said that? I don't know. Somebody said that on Threads because a bunch of people just joined, and so I was getting notifications for it. And they tell you, like, somebody posted their first threads. Oh no, it's somebody else. It was another internet friend from ages ago that I still follow. Oh, you followed me too. I missed that in the barrage of other people. I will follow you back now. But yeah, keep up with socials. French fries. I love a French fry. I love a potato. Potato in Finnish is peruna, in case anybody was wondering. I did not pronounce that very well, but yeah. Is there anything else I needed to say? I don't think so. I'm thinking about doing Christmas Eve and Christmas Day streams. Keep an eye on socials for that. I missed doing highlights right there, and I can see it. I try to treat it like I try to treat my art kind of like, I don't know, a chess move when you lift your hand off the piece. It counts as down and you can't move it. I try to treat my art like that. So once I sign it, it's done. But that one, that's a little one. That's okay. And I make the rules anyway, so I can break them. So yeah, I'll see most of you other places, I'm sure, but I will be back here on Tuesday. This Tuesday was a little bit of a weird one because there is a call for a continued strike on the first day of the UN vote. So I did that because I felt like it was necessary. I know that, like, I personally probably don't make a difference doing that, but a bunch of people doing it all together make a difference, and it means I can live with my decision, because there isn't a lot I can do that's functionally useful for that. But I'll do what I can, even if that's just posting on social media so that there's a historical record of people not agreeing with what's going on. So I'll be back on Tuesday afternoon. Well, my afternoon. It may be a different time of day for you. And on Friday, and we'll see what else is going on. I have a little bit more free time coming up soon, so yep, you all know where to find me too, so I'm not quiet, and I have the same username everywhere. You can find me. Let me switch over to the ending screen and figure out who's live right now. I did see that Chick said that he was actually going to stream today, which is good, but he won't start for a little while, I think. But I'll end up there later today if anybody else wants to hang out. Yeah, oh good, he's eating dinner first. Good for him. He knows that I'll yell at him if he doesn't. So let me pull up a tab and see whomst else is on this webbed site not showing their titties. Oh, mute tab. That's a smart decision to do. Do I have anything else to say? I don't know that I do. Let's see. Rainbow's live. We could go hang out with Rainbow. Ivy is live, but not playing something I particularly feel like looking at. Let's go bother Rainbow, because we were just talking about her earlier. Yeah, him eating dinner is good. I've known Jick for a really long time. I love him dearly. Like, he is legitimately one of my best friends, and he has made such a massive improvement in my life. But God knows I have bullied that man about taking care of himself for the 5 whole years we've known each other, and I definitely made some headway. Like, if you were there at the beginning and you saw him now, he does so much better at self-care than he used to. And I'm so proud of him for that. Like, I don't even need to nag him as much as I used to for him to actually take care of himself. It's great. I'm glad. I'm glad to make a positive difference in the people that I care about. Okay, let's start. Don't do that. That's stupid. Wow, I cannot type. There we go. Okay, we're gonna go bother Rainbow. Rainbow does really cool art. And right now she's working on a drawing that she does every month of all of her Twitch subscribers. And I'm one of them this month. So I want to go see what I'm doing. You get stream avatars there too that you can customize. And like I mentioned earlier, there's a naughty or nice channel point redeem where you can end up in the fire or in the stocking. And it's really fun and great. And I love it. So actually, you know what I should do? Actually open up her stream so that I know what the heck's going on when we raid. Yeah, for sure. Like, I definitely started a cultural trend there of making sure he takes care of himself, which is good because he needs the help with it. He's gotten a lot better, though. He's gotten a lot better for sure. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for being niceys to me all the time. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. If you can't do that for yourself, please do it for me because I think you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself. And I'll see y'all around. Bye.